I'd see him sitting on that couch all day long, just staring at that Hollywood hogwash.
Our favorite show was Hollywood Hogwash.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Hollywood Hogwash. I'm Andrew Pisano, along with my brother Joe Pisano and Josh Reese.
Returning,
Welcome back.
yeah. Returning.
Number 2, right, for you?
Number 2.
Josh Reese, number 2.
The ratings machine, Josh Reese.
Yeah.
All right, we'll give you all the news that's fit to hear all this week. What's that from?
What?
What's happening?
That's from like a 80s, what was the name of that? Julie Hedda used to talk about it all the time. When we were kids, there was like a school, like a kid show where like it was a bunch of kids and like they did sketches and stuff. And there was like a weekend update.
All That? No, that's not. That's more my age.
What was it called?
All That.
Oh, all that.
Hey, Joe,
Yeah,
I was
it was-
born in the 80s.
Yeah. So that means you don't remember it because you're too young.
Yeah, I was
Anyway.
born in the 80s, but I was, 86, so by the time I was 4, it was over.
Nice. But we're going to review Hawkeye, first 3 episodes, I guess?
Well, we're doing episode 3.
Yes.
Yeah, we did 1 and 2 last week, so if you're behind, go check last week's episode.
Right.
Hawkeye episode 3, and then we're also going to review South Park post-COVID,
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
which I thought was hilarious.
Yes.
We're going to get into that. But first, we're going to talk about all that Hollywood hogwash. They had the teaser trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse Part 1. It's coming out October 7th, 2022.
Interesting.
Again, it was just a teaser trailer, so they didn't really show that much. But it seems like Spider-Gwen has mastered the multiverse.
Right.
Because she comes back she takes Miles with her. Miles then fights with Spider-Man 2099 for some reason, which I guess we'll find out why. Or it looks like they're fighting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just throwing him through the multiverse. I'm not sure.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
But yeah, Spider-Man 2099 is voiced by Oscar Isaac. He was briefly in the first one, but I guess he's going to be in a lot of this one, which I'm excited for because I like Spider-Man 2099.
He's in everything.
He is. Oscar
Part
Isaac.
of a lot of universes.
Yeah.
Because he's
definitely.
Moon Knight, right?
Yes, he's going to
Wow.
be Moon Knight. Yeah.
Wow.
It's coming soon to Disney Plus, which we'll be, I'm sure, reviewing because
Sure.
that'll be a weekly show. But
Yeah.
But yeah, just a teaser so far. I'm excited because Into the Spider-Verse was a lot of fun.
It was really cool. And, I'm kind of wondering, since Doctor Strange is opening up a multiverse now.
Yeah.
I know we're expecting everything to be in the multiverse, but
Right.
could there be like a Miles Morales cartoon cameo?
No.
Or something that,
Not a cartoon.
but no, like the cartoon version. I don't know. It'd be kind of cool. I mean,
a cartoon comes out of the portal?
I don't know.
Nah.
There's got to be a cartoon universe out there, right?
There was
Maybe?
a Porky Pig Spider-Man in this universe. They're not going to combine. But that's fine. We don't need them to. Let them
Yeah.
have their own universes. I think it's I don't like when they're like so many universes.
I mean, there have
combined.
been
It's like-
rumors that we're going to see Miles Morales and Spider-Man No Way Home, like, an actor playing him, which, sure, that'd be cool and everything, but certainly not a cartoon version. I'm not for that, Josh.
I don't know. Just thinking.
Yeah.
I did see that looked like part 2 of the Spider-Verse. Into the Spider-Verse.
No,
number
Across
3.
the Spider-Verse
There you go,
part
yeah.
2.
Apparently, it's supposed to come out 1 year after Spider-Verse 2. So,
That makes sense.
yeah,
Okay.
So,
That's cool.
yeah. So there.
Also, the Spider Monday pre-sale for No Way Home ended up crashing all the movie ticket sites. This was the biggest pre-sale of a movie since Avengers Endgame. So, Spider-Man is going to bring everyone back to the theaters, it seems, right?
It does seem like
It's going to be a big deal. Everyone's very excited for it.
Yeah.
I know I am. Eric got our tickets, so we're going to be seeing it Thursday night, as soon as it comes out.
Bada boom.
2 weeks, well, less than 2 weeks now away.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Wow.
I remember when the portal started to open in games. Everyone just kind of cheering in the movie theater.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be like a cheering moment.
Of course.
When
you see,
but I've never had a cheering moment in Spider-Man.
Josh, that's why we're going to have to watch it for the 3rd time because the first 2 times you're not going to hear what's happening in the movie.
we're gonna watch it on Thursday, then we're gonna watch it on Friday, then we're gonna watch it on Saturday, and then we'll review it after that.
There we go.
Yeah. And when does Don't Look Up come out?
What's that?
Leo, Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, the Netflix movie.
Yeah.
That comes out, I think, like right around Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that. Matrix 2.
There's
3,
a lot of
4,
movies.
5.
Matrix 2 comes out in
4.
Matrix
December,
4.
Matrix
right?
4. There's a lot of movies coming out this month. It's
Yeah.
going to be hard to review them all at once.
But
so,
we will. No, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. But, yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure we'll be in a packed theater. Everyone's going to scream like crazy when they see Tobey Maguire. It's going to be like, oh, my God. And then
If
Andrew
we do.
Garfield's going to be like, oh, cool.
Right.
That's cool.
Him too.
Yeah. Also, Tom Holland has been hinting in multiple interviews that he might be done playing Spider-Man. However, producer Amy Pascal told Fandango that they are planning another Spider-Man trilogy, and she confirmed that Holland will at least be in the next one.
Yeah.
And he'll probably be in all of them.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think he's. I don't know what else.
He's like, I don't know if I'm going to do this anymore. She's like, shut the fuck up. You're going to do it.
Well, they'll back a truck up for him because he's the best
Hey,
Spider-Man.
maybe he's negotiating, and that's why he was saying that in interviews, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Smart kid.
Smart kid.
Smart kid. And the other stuff he's done, not great.
Yeah.
Not great.
Well, now he's going to be the Uncharted guy.
Yeah.
But, who knows if that's going to be any good. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, more Spidey news. USA Today recently interviewed Benedict Cumberbatch, and they asked for some details about Spider-Man No Way Home. He said, it's a righteous film. I don't want to give anything away. And I actually haven't read the whole script.
Oh,
I did that on purpose because I just want the ride. So even Doctor Strange doesn't want to know everything that happens in the movie.
Well, they're probably like, it's all green screens. They'll probably like turn and be like, who are you? And then be like, hey, it's you. And then, yeah, they'll input stuff later. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess he just must have read all his lines or something like that, or
No, I
guess
mean,
things that are
I'm
related
sure he
to him?
knows a lot that happens in the movie, but he doesn't want to know everything.
On Jimmy Fallon, Jim Renner was on, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, so Florence Pugh, who was in Black Widow, we're going to see her in Hawkeye? And he's like, who?
Right.
He's like, Florence Pugh? He's like, doesn't really sound familiar. He goes, oh, the end of Black Widow. Yeah, I was with my niece, and she was like, Uncle Jeremy, what did you do? And I said, nothing, my dear.
Yeah.
And then Jimmy Fallon's like, okay, fair enough. Let me ask you this. Will we see Hawkeye again after this series? And Jim Renner's like, who? So he was being real coy about it, which was great. But
Yeah.
I'm sure she's on IMDb credits of being on that
Of course.
show. So,
Yeah. Why would they do that at the end of Black Widow if that wasn't going to happen?
Yeah.
Also, Kristen Dunst recently told Entertainment Weekly that she would be interested in appearing in a new Spider-Man movie. She said, I wish they'd put me in another one, like old girl Mary Jane. Why not?
I need that money.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
She said, I would do another superhero movie. Everybody else is. And yeah, like, she used to shit on the Spider-Man movies.
Right.
Like, back in the day, she was like, we did 2, and now we're doing another one. But now that she has no career,
Right.
she wants to do them again.
I'll say this. At the time of those movies, which I love Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, even the third one has its charms, even though it's kind of a train wreck.
A mess.
I thought she was good back then, but when
Yeah.
you watch it back, she's kind of the worst part of the series.
She's terrible.
And
again, like,
she doesn't hold up. The movies
No.
kind of do.
I don't
when
know.
I went, I watched Spider-Man 2 a few years back again, and it's still a great movie, but Peter and MJ's interactions are so cringe.
Yeah.
They
Right.
talk like they're 4 years old
Yeah.
to each other. It's like baby talk.
Yeah.
It's so awkward.
People remember her more fondly than she actually was.
I cried like a baby when you played Cinderella. That's Peter Parker. That's Spider-Man saying that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of confusing because she acts like she knows the whole time, and then when she finally sees him with the mask off, she's shocked.
And then at the time, like, when,
That's just weird.
I was 17, I think, when Spider-Man 2 came out. I was so excited at the end when she's running to his apartment in the dress, in her bridal dress. I was so happy that they were going to finally be together, but then watching back, it's so fucking cringy and corny that she's running in her fucking dress.
In like slow motion with a smile on her face. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's all the Spider-Man news for this week. In an interview with George Stephanopoulos of ABC News, Alec Baldwin claimed that he did not pull the trigger of the gun that shot director of photography Helena Hutchins on the set of Rust.
Did he shoot her with a
Well, that's
laser?
what he's saying.
With a
lot
laser?
of no one's believing him.
No one's believing. Who were the witnesses there?
Yeah.
Was she the only witness? So now we'll never know.
He's saying he had the gun, but he didn't pull the trigger.
Oh, so it just
Like
went
he's
off.
saying it. Yeah, it just went off.
I mean,
But people aren't buying it.
Just
Yeah.
the whole thing's a mess.
He said, I would never point a gun at anyone and then pull the trigger.
People-
I mean, this wasn't really his fault. I don't think he knew he was shooting a real gun with live ammo at this woman.
right. That's where
It was a
should
loaded
say.
gun. Like,
But this
someone's got to
whole
go
story-
to jail for this.
Have
Right.
we talked about this on the show
Yeah.
yet? Because this whole
When it
story
first happened.
is messed up because like half the crew were boycotting this film or show because of poor treatment of firearms on the set.
Because the guy that was in charge of the firearms has
So-
a history of, and there was also some misfires a couple weeks prior.
I mean, clearly this could have been prevented.
Yeah.
I just don't understand because I heard that interview too, and he was like, I don't have any culpability, but someone does. It's not me for sure.
Right.
I mean, but how can you not?
Well, he's an actor. He's trying to shift,
oh, sure.
I'm sure there's people that hate him, even though it, it
I
really
don't have
wasn't
any
his fault.
responsibility.
You're holding it.
It's
Should you
not
be
my
holding it
fault.
if we're not shooting?
Right.
Should that even be in your hand?
And they say, like in practices, even if it's it's supposed to be a fake gun anyway. When you point it at the camera, people are not supposed to be anywhere near where the
No.
gun is being pointed.
Correct. And I've been on sets with guns. They're so careful. Like
Yeah.
they're like, okay, here we go, careful. Like
Right.
it's kit gloves, and obviously none of that was happening. So
I just
it's a
Yeah, I mean,
tragedy.
when you watch Marvel movies and everything's CGI, for the most part, it looks really fucking good. You can get past using a fucking
This'll
real
probably
gun.
change
You don't
the
have to
rules.
use real
Right.
guns.
right.
can I just say Alec Baldwin's a douchebag? Douchebag?
For saying that, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
I mean, sure, you want to
It doesn't make him look good, for
mentally
sure.
absolve yourself for killing a human being, but still,
He's-
I mean, it's so strange.
But it's like it already wasn't your fault completely because
if you
not in
honestly
charge of
didn't
that
know
gun.
there was
not being- yeah.
a bullet in there,
Right.
what does it matter if you pull the trigger or not?
Anyway, I love his acting, but him as a person, just
Douchebag.
Never been.
Well, he was always known to be a douchebag. This is no.
What about? Do you guys hear about his wife? I just found this out recently that she claimed to be of like from Spain,
Yeah.
and had kind of had an accent in public, and they found out no, she's from Jersey, born and raised, third generation
Yeah,
American.
she's
Like,
a nut
what?
job. Yeah,
Well,
What is going on?
they seem very strange people.
yeah.
guess.
She's a lunatic.
So weird.
It's craziness. Also, Danny DeVito has expressed interest in playing Penguin once again.
Everybody's coming
Yeah.
for the cash grab.
Is he gonna show up in Flash?
I didn't get a phone call.
No, they show up and he's still just dead in the pond from Batman Returns, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Okay.
Him and Val Kilmer are just sitting next to their phone, like, ring, do it.
Val Kilmer has no chance.
Oh my god.
But yeah, speaking of Forbes, DeVito said, "I feel like it's not out of the question that Penguin will return someday, but this is all up to Tim Burton."
Why is it up?
I don't even think it's up to Tim Burton.
Why is it up to Tim Burton?
Isn't Penguin returning in a Batman film like very soon?
Yeah.
So-
Colin Farrell is
Wow.
playing a different variant.
so strange? That last sentence is all up to Tim Burton.
Right. No, it's not. He
Wait,
has no
he's
power.
directing another Batman? No,
Yeah.
please.
Tim Burton can just wake up and say, "I want to make another Batman." You got it, Tim. I don't know about that. Not so sure.
Terrible.
This one might blow your mind if you haven't heard this, but the Hollywood Reporter says that Nicolas Cage
Come on.
will be playing Dracula in a Universal Pictures monster movie called Renfield.
Sure.
I mean, I believe
But
it.
I mean,
I'm sure.
his career has pretty much been dead for a while.
I know.
Nicholas Hoult from the X-Men movies is going to star in the film, the one that played Beast.
Weird. Okay.
But yeah, Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Oh
I
my
want
God.
to suck
Please!
your blood.
Please make this movie. Oh my God.
I wanna suck your blood. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm Nicolas Cage, and I want
Nicolas
to
Cage.
suck your blood.
Get in the cage.
I want to drink it all up. My God, that's going to be amazing.
It sounds like a train wreck.
Woo!
Again, people were like really pushing for him to be a villain in the Fast and Furious movies, and I still think they should do that. Like, please make him the main villain. Just make him Castor Troy from Face Off.
That's it.
In Fast and Furious.
Yes.
It would be perfect.
Oh, combine the worlds for sure.
Fucking perfect.
Bring back John Travolta? All means.
Well, all right.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about that. That's awkward now, is like seeing where Samuel L. Jackson is, and then Samuel Jackson and Travolta are in that commercial together where Travolta's Santa Claus.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
And Travolta's like, this is all I have. And Samuel L. Jackson's like, this is like the least thing I do. Like,
Right.
I'm going to go back to playing Nick Fury.
Like, if it wasn't for a contract, I wouldn't be doing these
Yeah.
right now.
Nick Fury's like, I got to go back to film a Marvel movie. And Travolta's like, can I keep this Santa costume? I want to sell it on eBay, please. Also, the Home Alone house is currently listed on Airbnb and will be available to rent for one night only on December 12th.
Why?
And it's also going to be decorated like the fucking movie was inside, like all Christmassy.
What?
So if you want, if you love Home Alone, it only cost you $25, and the booking opens on December 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern. So I guess the first person to just get on there and book it-
$25?
Joe, get on this.
I
Wait,
checked
what?
it myself
Where is it?
on Airbnb.
No, where? Like, where in the world is this
It's
house?
Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's worth a flight. That's worth a flight?
It's weird because the house is also listed as like Buzz from the movies listing the house. It says listed by Buzz.
Really?
And the whole description is like in Buzz's character. And the description says this is not a contest. Guests are responsible for their own travel. But essentially, it's a contest in who can book the fucking thing first. Because I'm
Fastest.
sure Airbnb is going to crash
Right.
on December 12th.
Is it?
Or December 7th at 2 p.m. Eastern.
mean,
It's got to be.
Home Alone.
There's a lot of people that love Home Alone. I would do it. I mean, I'm not going to do it. But, like, I would do it. I'd be up for it.
Like, does there two bad guys try to break into your house and you have to, like, fight them off with all the
It'd be
dual
amazing.
gadgets? That I'm all for.
Could you do it and then sublet?
But it's weird because the Home Alone, the new Home Alone movie, which looks horrible, like, recently came out on Disney Plus.
We're not doing that tonight, are we?
No.
Okay.
But this doesn't say anything about, like, Disney is promoting this.
It's just
So,
random.
like, what is this? What is this?
If it was like, I thought you were going to say 20, you said 25, I was like 25,000
Right.
Right.
for one night.
Yeah, $25.
$25?
It's strange.
It's got to be fake.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Also, I forgot about this, or I don't know. Maybe I guess I forgot. But apparently, back in 2019, Will Ferrell and Adam McKay announced that they would no longer be working together. Of course, if you don't know Adam McKay, he's been the director of Anchorman 1 and 2, Talladega Nights, Step Brothers, and co-wrote those movies with Will Ferrell. They've been best friends since SNL. But yeah, in 2019, they announced that they would no longer be working together. And then last week, Adam McKay revealed the circumstances of the breakup to Vanity Fair.
Oh.
He said the fallout came during the development of a series that he was making for HBO about the 1980s Los Angeles Lakers. And Will Ferrell is a diehard Laker fan, and he had his heart set on playing owner Jerry Buss. However, McKay thought that John C. Reilly would be better suited for the role. And McKay said Ferrell just doesn't look like Jerry Buss, and he's not that vibe of a Jerry Buss. There were some people involved who were like, we love Will Ferrell, he's a genius, but we can't see him doing it.
Yeah.
And apparently, to make things worse, McKay didn't personally tell Ferrell of the choice. Instead, John C. Reilly called him and let him know, like, hey,
But it never got developed, or is it still...
I have no idea.
Interesting.
Adam McKay, I mean, he was a producer on Vice. He wrote The Big Short, which I
Yeah.
love that movie.
Yeah.
He wrote Ant-Man.
And what was the Chaney movie called?
Vice.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
And you know what? They're both executive producers on Succession, that really popular HBO.
Oh, are
one.
they?
Yeah, so that's
Succession's
interesting.
good, yeah.
So if they're both executive producers on it,
They're working together somewhat.
Yeah, you could have. I don't know.
I don't know. It's interesting.
But certainly, if you wanted a Step Brothers sequel, it's probably not going to happen. And McKay even said, I fucked up on how I handled that.
Okay,
So he should have called Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
But, actors are sensitive, so.
I thought maybe the breakup came from Eurovision.
Did they co-make that movie?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Yeah. Will Ferrell hasn't been good in a very long time.
That movie was...
I mean, what's the last great movie Will Ferrell made?
What's the famous Lakers coach? I'm drawing a blank.
Phil Jackson.
Phil Jackson. He looks a little bit more like Phil Jackson than he would Jerry Buss.
Well,
Make a great Phil Jackson.
Right?
Well, yeah, but what would he play? Phil Jackson on the Knicks in the 1980s Lakers?
Oh, yeah.
Or no, that'd be
1980s.
70s, right? I think he was on the Knicks in the early 80s.
Oh, it was the 70s that they were going to do it?
No, the 80s. I was saying like...
Oh, like Magic Johnson. All them. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was probably like a assistant coach or something then.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense.
Do you have anything, Josh?
I just had something interesting of note. During Los Angeles Comic Con on Saturday, this is from the Hollywood Reporter. Do y'all guys remember the Batman animated series from back when we were
From the
we were
90s,
kids?
yeah.
Yeah, from the 90s.
Yeah.
Apparently that cast is getting back together to do an audio series.
Audio series?
Yeah, but like as Batman.
But it's just audio? Or is it comic? Or is it audio over a comic?
No, it's audio. From what it's saying, yeah.
Audio drama.
Developing the product. Yeah, so I imagine it's some sort of podcast or something like that.
Podcast?
But like
Those
a
are good and
podcast.
popular, actually.
Yeah, because they have a Marvel podcast.
Yeah.
And I imagine they're trying to branch out
Well,
and stuff
he's-
like that.
What's his name? Kevin Conroy, right?
Kevin Conroy.
Him
yeah.
and fucking Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Mark
about.
Hamill. You know, they returned for the Arkham video games.
Right.
That was fucking great.
And they said that this will also include Mark Hamill as the Joker.
Oh, yeah. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
so I'm kind of interested in it because that was like one of my favorite TV shows back in the day, and I love that. I love those voices; they're just so iconic.
It's like old school, like radio stories.
Right. Well, it kind of reminded me of the story we talked about when I was on here last, the X-Men, but they're bringing it back for this
Yeah.
generation,
Right.
but in the same type of tilt as we were when we were growing
They're
up.
not bringing it back for this generation. They're bringing it back for our generation.
Right. So I
Although
thought
I
that was kinda
imagine,
cool.
I imagine the women's boobs are going to be much smaller this time and not as busty and revealing as it was in the 90s. They're definitely going to have to do that. That would not be
That wouldn't be
okay
Disney?
with people nowadays. Yeah.
No.
Anything else?
That's all I got.
Alrighty then. Well, let's review episode 3 of Hawkeye.
Boom.
There's your spoiler warning.
Yep.
I thought this was another really, really good episode.
Yeah.
We learn about Echo from growing up deaf.
We learned her backstory.
Yeah, we learned her backstory.
Yeah.
We see her father drop her off at karate class, and then right away we see her uncle, Kingpin's hand, squeezing Echo's cheek.
Interesting.
Holy shit. It's happening.
It is happening.
We knew that's him for sure.
That's
it's
him.
pretty for sure.
It was. I even recognized Vincent D'Onofrio's laugh as
Yeah.
Kingpin when he
Yeah.
squeezed her cheek and laughed. Like, yeah, I was so fucking excited when I saw that.
This happened later in the episode. If you can see, Fat Men Auto Repair. People are saying that that's kind of like a little nod and a
nod.
Yeah,
wink.
of course.
So I mean, if it doesn't happen,
No, it's happening.
It's a terrible misuse.
I can't fucking
but it's
wait.
happening.
So her dad seemed like this great guy, and then all of a sudden, Ronan's killing him. So I guess he was just...
Well, he was
wasn't-
working for Kingpin.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, this
well,
is a bad
well,
guy.
when you think about it, like, why the fuck would Ronan go after these jokes of a villain?
Yeah.
Right.
The real villain is because it's
It's Kingpin.
Yeah.
We also see that Echo's missing half of a leg.
It didn't see where that came from, though. Or that,
Well, no,
how
they
that
didn't
happened.
show us how,
Yeah.
but she could still. I mean, it was when she was a kid. She
She's
didn't
a
have the
baby,
leg,
she
so
doesn't
she was
have
probably born with it. But
Yeah.
she
Well,
can
I'm
still
the
beat
second.
up the guys. She has a fake leg that she wears.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Then in the flashback we see Ronan killing her father, and then so Echo interrogates Clint because apparently no one knows who Ronan is.
Right.
They don't know that it's him.
Right.
So Clint tells Echo that Black Widow killed Ronan, but
It's
she
kinda
doesn't
true.
believe him
It's kind of true.
in a way. But she's like, "Oh, how convenient! Both people are dead."
Right.
So Echo, they end up fighting. Echo kicks Hawkeye's earpiece out, so he's basically deaf like her now. Hawkeye and Kate escape And the car chase scene was awesome.
Right. That was the winner.
It was so much fun. And they shot it to make it look like it was one consecutive shot for
Right.
like a few minutes.
I've never seen a shot like that either, as it's
That's-
kind of transitioning back
That's
and forth.
expensive to
Yeah.
shoot that too for a TV show.
Some
Right.
CGI. I
So
would
that was
imagine.
amazing.
Well, you've seen Birdman, right?
Birdman?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see Birdman?
No.
Okay.
Michael Keaton.
No.
Well, you should.
Maybe I should.
It's like one shot kind of.
But yeah, I liked how Kate was, he was like, oh, we only have trick arrows left. And she was like, oh my God, that's awesome. But she didn't know which ones were which.
Yeah.
Right.
The first one was like a Play-Doh arrow that just like covers up the windshield.
That was good.
There was an arrow that webbed everything up like around it.
That's a great arrow for
Yeah,
sure.
It's a great arrow.
Spidey arrow. Yeah.
The plunger arrow, which was useless the first time, but saved them
Yeah.
the second time. Then there were two arrows that they shot at the same time, which became one giant arrow that destroyed one of the bad guys' trucks.
How
That
did-
was pretty insane.
It was
You
a
didn't see
Pym.
what it said? Yeah, it said Pym.
It was Pym.
Oh, I
Yeah.
did not see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How the fuck did he get a Pym arrow?
Well, that's fucking cool.
Well, because yeah, I don't know how.
Okay,
right?
at least it makes sense now.
Yeah. I was like,
I guess from
Andrew,
Ant-Man.
it was a Pym particle. Yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
So they get away, and I thought there's a sweet moment when Clint's son calls him on the phone, but he can't hear him because he's still deaf. So Kate writes down what
writing.
his son says, and he's like, "It's okay if you can't be home for Christmas." And Clint's like, "Okay."
I'm a terrible father.
Yeah. But then, like, some lady fixes his earpiece, and then he's fine.
Yeah.
We don't know who she is, right?
They had to wait for help to open up,
Yeah.
for the store to open up.
Right.
So then Kate thinks Clint needs a better Hawkeye costume, so she draws one up, and it's what Hawkeye looks like in the comics, the classic version. But of course he hates it because you cannot do that for a live action thing. It looks ridiculous.
He'd look goofy.
Then they go to Kate's mom's house to what was it? To do some research on
They were trying
on Jack,
to,
right, or whatever.
Yeah, they were trying to do research and find out some more stuff.
But Clint has a feeling someone's there, and he's right.
His hearing aid. He can pick up all that super hearing now.
Is Lalo, a.k.a. Jack, who holds up the Ronin sword to Clint's neck to end the episode on a kind of a cliffhanger.
I mean, I guess next episode he grabs a sword and kills him. Story over?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's
And then
Right?
he puts the Ronin suit on him. He goes, "That's Ronin, clearly."
But we have 3 episodes left,
Yeah.
and we have to still see Kingpin show up,
Maybe. Yeah.
I imagine Jack.
and Black Widow's sister
Right.
in
What are we
3
calling her?
episodes.
Are we calling her anything? What do we call her?
What's her name?
Little Willow? Little Widow?
I thought you said it. earlier.
Florence Pugh is her real name.
Right. I forgot her name in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess Jack must be working for Kingpin, maybe?
Oh, Yelena.
Maybe.
They just call her Yelena Belova.
Yeah.
I like Little Widow.
Little Widow.
Lil Widow.
Lil-
L-I-L.
Lil Will?
God,
What's up,
that's-
Lil Will?
Lil Will. But yeah, I thought it was another solid episode.
Good
I really like the
episode.
show.
Disney has been doing well with these.
Like Hawkeye and Loki, I think are the two of the best.
Loki
Like,
was great.
Hawkeye and Loki are better than Falcon, Winter Soldier, and WandaVision.
Falcon
Oh,
Winter
for
Soldier
sure.
just never really had, like,
It was
nothing was
filler.
on the line.
It was filler.
You know what I mean? Like, there was no.
The end where Captain America is talking to the senators about how they have to do better. And then the most unrealistic thing ever is they do better and they change some of the laws. It's like, oh, sure. Captain America gave a speech and you all changed everything. And
Yeah.
sure.
I will say, watching Loki and not watching Hawkeye, it does give me hope for all these future episodes
Future shows.
that
Of
Marvel's
course.
going to be releasing.
She-Hulk, Moon Knight.
Oh,
yeah.
Moon Knight,
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk for sure. I mean, I am concerned about Daredevil because I love Daredevil because of all its grittiness and everything. But
Yeah,
we might be losing some of that. But these
Sure.
guys are good storytellers.
I'd still rather see Daredevil than not. That's
Yeah,
for sure.
Same.
And
And maybe we might see him on Spider-Man.
that's,
Hot
sure
rumor.
seems like it.
Hot.
Rum, rum.
Very hot. All right, that is all for Hawkeye. So let's talk about South Park post-COVID.
Heading on up south, I'm gonna see if I can't unwind. Come on down South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Oh my God.
Fuck you, Kyle.
I watched this with a few friends a couple weeks. When it first came out, it was Thanksgiving weekend. And I've kind of been down on South Park the last few years. Like I've been watching the episodes. There's some good, but it's just not as good as it once was. But then they came out with this, and I think it's the best thing they've done in a long time.
They're back, baby.
In a long time, for sure.
I also think it's amazing how it's taken them so long to do an episode with the kids as adults. Because South Park's been on the air for over 20 years now. But The Simpsons did future episodes like just a few seasons in. They did Homer and Lisa, or not Homer and Lisa and Bart, like in college, as young adults. Then another one when they were older.
Did Bart go to college?
No, he wasn't in college.
Yeah, I didn't
Lisa
seem
did.
like a college person.
Yeah. But this is 40 years in the future, and we're just now starting to get rid of COVID.
And Stan's a loser? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense.
All that stuff that happened to him in the show.
We see a bunch of people setting a Zoom building on fire. Like, we don't need you anymore. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
And the best part of this special event, or whatever you call it, because this is really just a long episode of South Park.
Yeah.
And it's an hour long without commercials.
Right.
But the best part is seeing what they all are as adults.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I guess they're all 49, right? Because they were 9 years old, 40 years in the future.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good path.
Thank you. Yeah, it took a while. But yeah, Stan is an online whiskey consultant
What the fuck is
Don't know.
who moved out of South Park a long time ago.
This is genius.
Yeah.
Whose wife's name is Alexa.
Yes.
But he just keeps saying, Alexa,
Yeah.
help this, or Alexa, do this.
No.
Yeah.
And she come and does
That
it.
wasn't Alexa.
Yeah,
That
it's not
wasn't
his
Alexa.
wife. She's just an Alexa.
Oh, Alexas are now robots?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that. I thought
You
it
didn't
was just
see
his
when she would like fade away?
I must
wasn't
have
sure
missed
what
a
that
couple of
was.
those.
There's a couple times where he's like, Alexa, stop. And then she just
Joe's
disappears.
like, no, that's the future. People
So is she
fade
a
away.
hologram or is she a robot?
Yeah, she's like a hologram, I guess.
But she's bringing things to him.
Yeah, what'd you
Well,
think when she was
whatever.
like, what about the user agreement, Stan?
I just thought that was their funny way of saying,
Yeah.
like, oh, he married Alexa. I
in
thought
the
it was just a funny
future,
joke.
Alexa is your girlfriend, but is still a complete bitch.
Okay, got it. That's funny.
But yeah, I like how she keeps upselling him on stuff.
Yeah.
What do you think about these earphones?
Yeah.
Add it to my
Oh,
cart.
you're going to drink again, you fucking piece of shit?
That's why I thought it was his wife. I was
Yeah.
like, well, the robot wouldn't be that mad.
Right. So Kyle calls Stan, and they haven't talked since the pandemic, which was the last episode of South Park. It was another one of these, like, an hour-long thing on Comedy Central. But Kyle tells Stan to come back to South Park because Kenny is dead. Even though he dies all the time, this is a big deal. Kenny's dead.
Hey, but he made it 40 years without dying. Can we give it to him?
Dying again, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Wow.
But Kyle is an online counselor. And it was funny because when they first showed the preview, it looked like he was the school counselor. And then he even had a poster behind him that said drugs are still bad.
Right.
Like drugs are still bad.
Drugs bad.
But in the movie, it wasn't there. So it was interesting. I guess they changed that at the
Deep
last
fake.
minute.
Deep
But
fake.
he's like, yeah, I'm an online counselor. Then we go to New York because live from the Moderna Center in New York, it's Late Night with Jimmy. Tonight's guest, First Lady Tom Kardashian.
Yeah, so wait, what?
I 100% thought they were going to make fun of Jimmy Kimmel.
Well, you
of
would
course
think
they did.
you thought it was going to be Jimmy Kimmel
or Jimmy Fallon. We didn't
or Jimmy
know.
Fallon.
Yeah.
But it's
And it's Jimmy.
Jimmy Vollmer. That was one of the best reveals.
Yeah.
That was fucking hilarious. And since it's 40 years into the future, everyone's even more offended by comedy. Jimmy's jokes are not even jokes.
They're compliments.
He's like, hey, what's the deal with these Mexicans, right? I mean, they have fabulous food, amazing beaches, and they're really fantastic people.
You know what? It's very true. Very true.
And then he's like, today I was in the subway, and I saw an ad for the Center for People Who Identify as Homosexual but were born bi. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? Well, I'll tell you one thing. Those people are brave and deserve every ounce of our respect. And then they laugh, and then everyone's like, oh!
To be fair, that is a great joke.
They were born homosexual, or they identify as homosexual, but were born bi. That's fucking genius. That is genius right there. So then they're at a commercial break. Jimmy, a backstage producer, tells Jimmy he has to cut his hummus joke because it's too offensive. He's like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, it's so great.
Great writing.
Then the producer tells Jimmy that the famous scientist, millionaire, philanthropist, Dr. Kenny McCormick died.
Yeah.
And they showed a picture of Kenny, and he has a full beard, sunglasses, and a hat so that we still can't see his face.
Yeah.
And then the head of NASA said, we lost an innovator and a visionary. Kenny was so brilliant that most of the time we couldn't even understand what he was saying. So Jimmy bails on the show. The producer tells him, Tom Kardashian's in the green room. And Jimmy says, tell Tom Kardashian to suck my popsicles in the green room, and then I'm very sorry, and he's a fantastic person.
Amazing. This is good stuff.
So Stan arrives in South Park, but it's worse than ever. People just shoot each other in public, and no one cares. One guy shoots the other guy in the head and steals his bag of groceries.
The other guys just keep talking in the background.
Yeah. And now all the stores have Plus or Max at the end of them.
Yeah.
So Best Buy Max. There was the police. Oh, even the South Park Elementary Plus.
Right.
Yeah.
The police station's abandoned.
And it was like there was a store that's normally Max. It was like, oh, TJ Maxx.
Yeah. And then there's the dog optometry store.
Yeah,
There's a guy
glasses.
walking out with 3 dogs that all have wearing glasses.
It's amazing.
So Stan meets Kyle at Denny's, Applebee's, Max, of course.
They don't sell any meat there. No meat.
Yeah.
Right.
And the waiter, yeah, that's right. He's like, the waiter's like, it's the future, because in the future we learn that meat is bad, so we don't eat meat in the future.
And they're like, yeah, we know.
yeah.
You know.
That was a joke.
And what were they?
So
he was
good.
like, they eat insect, like
they eat insect protein because it's good for us.
because we learned in the future it's good for you.
It actually is good for you.
I'm sure.
You could turn grasshoppers into flour.
Wow.
I don't know if you know this.
No, I've heard about this.
Yeah, you can.
And I threw up. And then
I
moved
thought
on.
that bread tasted funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this is the first time we see
The cookies I make
the
a little
waiter's like wearing this thing around his head,
Right.
And that's like,
It's
I
the
guess that's
future.
just like it's the fashion there. Like a lot of people wear that or whatever. So then Token shows up, who flashes his badge. We never know. Do we ever learn what he is? Because he flashes his badge. It looks like a FBI badge, but then it shows his picture and it says vaccinated.
Yeah.
So he shows his vaccination card.
Yeah.
As like yep, here I am.
I thought it was an FBI badge, but
Which
you're
is
right.
funny if like everyone had to do that.
Right.
Every time you meet someone, it's like, oh, hi, I'm Stan. Here's my vaccination card.
It's the future.
Yeah. So Kyle and Token say that Kenny was texting them, that he was about to find out what started the pandemic, but then he mysteriously died. And Kyle was like, that made me think, oh my God, they killed Kenny. And then they all look at Stan, waiting for him to say, you bastards, but he doesn't. And he's like, look, I'm just here for Kenny. Like, I'm not into this shit. So Stan goes to stay at a motel. Like, it was like Super 12, Motel 6, Max, or whatever like that.
With another guy in that fucking head suit.
Yeah. And they only take Bitcoin because it's the future and we don't trust the banks anymore.
And those fucking Ponzi schemes.
We only go for Ponzi schemes. Then we go to Kyle's house, which I guess he's living at his parents' old house.
It did look like that.
And his doorbell rings, but doorbells are stupid songs now.
We sing in the future.
Someone's at the door.
Ring a ding ding.
This is the doorbell. It's the future, so doorbell sing.
I know it, damn it.
Yeah, I know.
So Jimmy hosts Kenny's wake and makes some more non-offensive jokes. Then there's a live band, but they just sing about how it's the future, and they act like robots. They're like, it's the future. We are all living in the future. I love
Might have
that.
been robots.
Later, Stan hears it on the radio, the same song. Then we see Wendy, Wendy sees Stan,
Wendy
and
Testerberger.
you know she was always smart, so now she's married to a man named Darwin because she's smart.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pick up on that.
Tweak and Craig are still a couple, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Then finally, we've been waiting like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. We're like, where's Cartman?
Yeah.
We finally see Cartman as an adult, and he's a super nice guy, and he's a rabbi.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
This is the best thing they could have done with Cartman.
Oh my God.
Like, it was like, what is he going to be? Is he going to be a piece of shit? Is he just going to, you know what I mean? Like,
I
no.
thought he was going to be like a Rush Limbaugh type. That's what, like on the radio show
Right.
where just like telling the whole world that everything's crazy.
Yeah.
No, he's a rabbi, super peaceful, super nice. Wait, the names of his kids. You have the names of his
No,
kids?
I did not write them down, but they're super Jewish.
Super Jewish. Meshuggah and like what's the girl's name? Oh,
Yeah.
it's
It's
great.
hilarious.
Let's see. Does it show it?
I'll keep looking.
You're
Go
just
ahead.
Googling Eric Cartman. That's not going to do
Cartman kids' names.
it. Yeah. You got it?
No, that's not
the
it.
kids.
Just keep going. Just keep
All
going.
you have to do is Google Cartman's kids' names, and that's it. But
Yeah.
Kyle is convinced
That's what
that
you did.
Cartman is just doing this to fuck with him. But yeah, Cartman shows him that he has a Jewish wife and 3 children, and one of the kids looks and sounds just like 9-year-old Cartman.
Right.
Oh my God, it's so great.
But he's nice.
Uncle Kyle?
Uncle Kyle, I love you.
But until shit goes wrong, and they all start cursing like him,
Yeah.
which is great.
Later, Stan watches a woman interviewing Kenny.
Oh, I got it.
Oh, sorry.
Moisha,
Moisha. What are the other kids?
Menorah,
The son?
Moisha, and I thought it was Meshuggah, but I think maybe that's what he calls his wife.
Yeah.
Hecklem.
Hacklam. Something
Hacklam?
Hacklam. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Amazing.
That's so great.
So back at the motel, Stan watches a woman interviewing Kenny on TV, but she keeps interrupting him every time he's about to speak.
Speak.
They show a picture of Kenny lecturing at a college, and in his giant formula on the whiteboard, it says "Tegrity Weed," and he makes Alexa zoom in to see that. So then they go to Kenny's funeral at the church, and Scott Malkinson is the priest, but no one remembers him.
Why can't I remember Scott Malcolmson?
You can't?
No.
He's not. I mean, he's not in every episode. He's not one of the main kids.
He's
but-
not the one that Cartman fed the family to
No.
himself, right?
No.
No, I think
'Cause
he
that
was
was
only
a-
in a couple episodes, but that's what the
He's
joke
just like,
was.
I'm Scott Malkinson. I have diabetes. You know,
Yeah, everyone's like,
he
we
has
don't
a
remember
list.
you.
But
Okay.
they show a picture. I'm sorry. A doctor interrupts Cartman's eulogy to tell everyone that Kenny died of a new COVID variant that's called the COVID Delta Plus Rewards Program variant. So the
Oh, my
town
God.
panics. They raid the stores for toilet paper.
They all run to the toilet paper. It's amazing. Oh my God.
They get their chin diapers, and then my favorite part, because I know exactly what this is like. Some random dad logs into his son's Zoom class
Like as
and
fast
then,
as they can.
and then puts him in front of the computer. He's like, oh, hold on, where you go? Because like that's what I fucking did with Leo.
Yeah.
I would go log into his fucking class, make sure the camera's working, and then just literally sit him in front of the fucking computer.
Yeah. Later. See you in 5 hours.
It's like the saddest thing ever. I laughed so hard when on that fucking
Oh, it
scene.
was so great.
Listen, everyone was getting made fun of here. People
Yeah.
for COVID, people
of
against
course,
it.
that's why it's great.
It's amazing.
So the government quarantines South Park and doesn't let anyone leave because one person is not vaccinated. And we later find out it's Clyde, and Clyde's an anti-vaxxer. And Jimmy asks Clyde if he's vaccinated, and Clyde says, I'm immunized.
Yeah.
Nice little dig at Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So everyone who doesn't live in South Park anymore has to stay at the elementary school for shelter.
Weird.
And PC principal is still the principal after 40 years.
Right.
And he's still an asshole. Then Kyle is back home taking a shit, and he prays for a miracle. He drops a turd, and then Christmas music plays, so he gets up and looks for Mr. Hanky, but it's just a turd.
He flushes
So
it.
he flushes it. Then his doorbell rings, and Cartman and his family show up at Kyle's house asking for a place to stay because
Amazing.
the school is full. And Kyle hates the idea, but the kids are like, please, Uncle Kyle, please. We'll be super good. Come on, Uncle Kyle. And Kyle's like, all right, fine. And then another one of the best moments in the middle of the night, Kyle is awoken
Oh my god!
by the sounds of Cartman fucking his wife. And Cartman's like, oh yeah? You like how Abraham almost sacrificed his only son? Oh.
It's amazing.
And Kyle like kicks them out at first, but then lets them stay. But Cartman's kids end up hating Kyle just like Cartman did as a kid.
Fuck you, Uncle Kyle.
The one that looks just like Cartman is like, Uncle Kyle just makes me so crazy. I can't take it. And then like the little baby's like, fuck you, Uncle Kyle.
He's like, no, say Uncle Kyle or something like that.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Fuck you, Kyle. Uncle Kyle.
It's getting
Fuck you,
closer.
Kyle.
It's
Then
getting
he goes,
closer.
fuck you, Uncle Kyle. He's like, oh, he's getting closer.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
So then Jimmy, Token, Wendy, Tweak, Craig, and Clyde break into the McCormick science wing of the school where Kenny was working, but there's blood everywhere. And Token finds out that Kenny was killed because he was trying to go back in time to stop the pandemic from ever happening. And Wendy discovers that every scientist was killed except for Victor Chouse, who was Kenny's right-hand man. However, he went insane and he's been locked up in a mental asylum.
Interesting.
So Clyde calls and asks if they could meet with Victor, but they won't let him in because Clyde isn't vaccinated. So Wendy tries to trick Clyde into taking the vaccine by offering him fake cocaine. He won't do the vaccine, but he'll do cocaine.
Right.
I'm not going to put that shit in my body. My body's a temple.
And he almost does it, but then he doesn't fall for it, so it doesn't work. Then Alexa convinces Stan to visit his father in the retirement home, even though they hate each other. Stan and Randy participate in share time, and a woman working at the retirement home asks, would you like to share something? And there's a bunch of old people, characters from South Park that are now fucking senior citizens. And she's like, who would like to share something? And Mr. Garrison, holding Mr. Hat, says, I'd like to share my dick in your mouth.
That's pretty good, Andrew.
Thanks.
Yeah.
So anyways, Randy, he does share time and he blames Stan for Shelley burning to death at the Tegrity farm and for his mom Sharon killing herself.
Wow.
According to Stan, his mom was tired of the Tegrity weed. She wanted a divorce and wanted to sell the farm, but Randy refused. So Stan was tired of their fighting. He set the farm on fire, not knowing that Randy locked Shelley in the barn for not doing her weed chores. And then Randy said, yes, she had a marijuana problem. So Stan wants to take Randy to the Tegrity farm, but the head of retirement home won't let Randy leave. So Randy grabs the guy and makes Stan kick him in the balls so they can go. And they go to the farm, and Randy tells Stan everything went to hell after Space Jam 2 came out.
That was amazing. To be fair, it's true.
And he's like, this is all China's fault. And he tells Stan, a man had sex with a pangolin, and that man was me. Now, and then Stan's like, wait, what? You started the coronavirus? Like, are you listening to me, Stan? It's so important.
That man was me.
Because that
Anyway.
was the one of the last few South Park episodes was fucking Randy fucking a pangolin and starting the coronavirus. But Randy then tells Stan that he created a special type of weed, which is the key to saving everyone, but someone stole it, so he's like, we're fucked, and Stan leaves him. But then Randy has a vision of Shelley and Sharon as ghosts telling him that it was all Stan's fault that they're dead, and he's like, Stan is pretty lame, thanks. And then Sharon tells Randy not to give up, and then Randy notices one tiny sprout of Tegrity weed in the dirt.
Key.
So we have some hope.
And there was a lot of jokes about, like, we've lost all our integrity
Yeah.
throughout these years. You know what I mean? Like,
Integrity.
Yeah.
I got you.
That's good.
So Stan, Kyle, and Cartman realize that Kenny hid important information up his ass because one of Kenny's clues was, my friends will know where I put it. And they're like, oh, it's up his ass.
Right. They're all.
So they go to the morgue and they pull out Kenny's body, and of course, rats are eating him, just like old school back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a good nod. Good nod.
Stan reaches up Kenny's asshole and pulls out a microchip, and then Cartman vomits on Kenny's head. And then they watch a video of Kenny about to travel in time, and a scientist says, in the event of Dr. McCormick's death, he wants everyone to know the group responsible for the way things are. It's my dickhead friends, Stan, Kyle, and Cartman. Yeah. They let COVID ruin their friendship and became assholes. So that's why I guess Kenny wants to go back in time to save his friendship, with all of them.
Right. I guess so.
So, and then Kenny even starts to talk, but he's got like a thing over his mouth, like oxygen or whatever. So he goes back in time, but something goes wrong, and all the scientists in the room like get electrocuted to death or whatever.
Explode?
Or they explode, yeah. And then we see Kenny come back from the past on the video, but then he walks off the screen, and we don't know, where he went.
But he
after
coughed,
that.
so that's where he got COVID.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Right. So he brought back COVID to the future. Got it. That makes sense. So Cartman, Stan, Kyle, they accept the blame, and Cartman says, "Let's face it, guys, we killed Kenny." And then Kyle convinces Stan and Cartman to be friends again, and let's work together to save Kenny. But then Cartman tells his family, "Fuck Uncle Kyle," because Cartman doesn't want to change things back because he's like, "I'm happy. I've got this Jewish family and everything like that."
Iron Man, right? His
So maybe
whole problem with changing the snap.
Sure.
So maybe he's not doing all this to fuck with Kyle. Maybe he's really changed.
He's really a Jewish rabbi.
Because I'm thinking in the next episode or whatever, like they change everything. They go back to the past. They fix everything. And Cartman's, a kid again. He's not a rabbi. So who knows? But at the very end of the episode, we go to the mental asylum, and the ward gives Victor Chow some food. But then we see how his name is spelled. And this whole episode, I'm like, where is Butters? Where's Butters? Because he's like my favorite character.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Butters? And Victor Chaos is spelled Chaos. Chaos. And it was, oh my God, that was fucking amazing. So Butters.
All the lead up for that.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how Butters is. He went insane.
Oh my God.
He's still going to be wearing the
Butters has
tinfoil.
always been like one of my favorites, if not my favorite.
It's Butters.
Oh,
Everyone knows it's Butters. And that's how it ended, on a cliffhanger. I think the next one's coming out soon. Like, I think it comes out this month.
I got to keep the Paramount Plus.
If not January, yeah. Like, it's coming out sooner than later.
See,
I'm
this
stoked for
this
it.
acts like a standalone movie on IMDb.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't say, like, second episode or part 2.
Oh,
or
yeah,
Yeah,
anything
but that's
like
how all their specials
We didn't see
are.
the mayor.
Like, if you Google South Park Pandemic Special, that comes up as its own thing, too, I think.
that. Yeah, like, even they didn't even show that, like, there's something else. But this came out of nowhere, so maybe that'll happen again.
No, they've already announced that the next one. I just forgot whether it's December or January.
7.8
It's coming
stars.
soon.
Listen, I haven't seen South Park in a long time.
But the Paramount,
I enjoyed it.
The new deal with Comedy Central includes like I think 12 of these special events, which are exclusive to Paramount Plus, and this was the first of them.
Ah, fuck, I have to keep this?
Well, we'll find a way around it. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I can't wait for the next one. I thought that was fucking great. That was
good.
so good.
I went to some trivia, but we talked about all of those.
Okay.
It brought me back into the South Park universe. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Thank you, Trey Parker and Matt Stone.
Thank you very much. Yeah, absolutely. All right, before we go, we'll do some fan questions. Law 09, every time Stan talked to Alexa, my Alexa went off. After my wife asked me why I was asking Alexa about a liquor store, I had to unplug it.
That's so funny.
That's funny. Great. You know what? I hated watching wrestling whenever I had my Alexa on.
Yeah.
And whenever Michael Cole or whoever would say, Alexa, something for Alexa Bliss, and I would go, what did you say?
Yeah.
I always hated
Well, there was a South Park episode a few years back where Cartman got a bunch of Alexas and all like they were making everyone that was watching South Park adding like balls to their shopping list. And
Yeah.
it was great.
It's great.
Luis Torres, fuck, marry, kill. Halle Berry in the Flintstones. Cameron Diaz in The Mask. Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny. Oh, my
Marry Marissa Tomei.
God.
I'm going to fuck Marissa Tomei. I'm going to marry... No, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to marry Marissa Tomei. I'm going to fuck Cameron Diaz. And I'm going to kill Halle Berry. I mean, you got to kill someone.
I'm with Joe.
Dude, Halle Berry is like... that's how I discovered myself, was watching that movie.
That's
and
why
then you
people bring it up.
evolved. You
Our
evolved.
fans bring
Of
it
course.
up because they know you're Halle Berry in the Flintstones thing.
You evolved from them.
She's
I can't say no to that. Like Halle Berry and Cameron Diaz, that was like the same year, and that both like blew my mind.
So you're killing Marissa
Cameron
Tomei?
Diaz.
Hold on, I'm like, if this was a different situation, but
I swear to God.
it's them in these movies. It's Halle Berry in the Flintstones. It's Cameron Diaz in The Mask.
Whoever sent that in knows Andrew very, very well.
I'm marrying Halle Berry. I'm fucking Cameron Diaz. I'm killing Marissa Tomei.
Wow, killing Aunt May?
This wouldn't be what I would do today. Today I would marry Marissa Tomei because she's still super hot.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz not so hot.
It's
anymore.
okay. We could split Marissa Tomei.
Thank you.
It's just my opinion. Pizza?
Yeah.
Carlos Ramirez, Bushfire Berry, the following sequels: Halloween Kills, The Last Jedi, Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom. Oh, so just these movies.
I never saw Halloween Kills.
It was bad. Last Jedi was bad. I did not see Jurassic World. I'll push that, I guess, because I didn't see Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Jurassic World was terrible.
Fire The Last Jedi. God, that sucked. Barry Halloween Kills. Who cares?
Luke Skywalker. Let's not put him in a fight scene.
Let's ruin him.
Oh my god!
He's gonna force himself to
And then he
death.
forces himself to death.
He squeezed too hard. He was constipated. Mario Rizzo, best animated scene: Family Guy when Peter smokes crack. Simpsons when Homer tells Bart to move but Marge was blocking the doorway. Knock her down, son. Or South Park, Bloods versus Crips, the cripple fight. I would say the cripple fight.
Cripple Fight was
nice.
Best
amazing.
of those, yeah.
It's only one
Yeah.
I've seen, so yeah, I vote for that.
Pop Culture Junkie, does Joe have any stories to share about his time on the set of Basketball?
I've got.
I'm sure you've said this on What's Wrong with Wrestling, but he said, or getting to interact with Trey and Matt.
Which one was cooler, Trey or Matt?
I'll tell. They're the same. I'll tell the one story that I'll say because I hung out with them for a while, and they were just so everywhere out of their mouth was just something pornographic and gross.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And you know the name of their band, right? Is DVDA, double vagina, double anal. Like they're like, because they argue it. They like, yeah, that's the name of our band because we figured, well, if you could do double both, you're probably the highest paid porn star, right? Because you could do all that. And then they were talking about what they were going to do to what's the little guy in?
Were they just like
Basketball?
entertaining everyone while you were not?
We were in a
while, like,
small group, but
Yeah.
they were just like, not really, just in our little group that was there because we were on that team against them.
Yeah.
The little guy in the movie was their friend in real life, and they were talking about how they're going to take him to the Academy Awards in like a gimp outfit and like a leash.
Jesus.
And he was like, "No, guys, I'm not going to do that." I'm like, yeah, we'll put you in a whole mask. We'll like feed you like every hour. It'll be amazing. No, I'm not doing that. No, he's like, you wear the gimp thing then. He's like, no, you're the gimp. Like,
Yeah.
they were just like that. It was just like my face hurt because it was so
Right.
funny, but also so crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
How long did you shoot?
I was there a week.
A week? Wow.
Chris Klim, if someone was making a movie about your lives, who would you want to play you, and how would you cast everyone else?
Leonardo
I don't know if my life's
DiCaprio
exciting
for me.
Right.
I think you'd be Joe Pesci.
Leo's a good one for you, Josh. I can see like just the same, like the same person, really.
Joe Pesci, you asshole. You're Joe Pesci. You're short like him. I don't know. That's a crazy question. I don't know how to answer that. Sorry, Chris. Eric, can you guys rank all the Spider-Man movies? I can because I've done it before.
Yeah, we've done this on our regular show before, but
Well, it might be a little different for all of us.
Homecoming's got to be one, right?
Homecoming's 1. Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire is number 2.
yeah, I flipped those.
All the Andrew
sure.
Garfield ones are last.
Well, it depends. After that, probably
No,
Spider-Man
3's
1.
last. Homecoming,
Oh, now I got to do mine.
Spider-Man
Far
1.
From Home,
We should each do one at a
Spider-Man
time.
1. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Are we
There's a
doing
lot.
7? We're doing 7?
And you got
Yeah.
Are we
Spider-Man,
including multiverse or no? We'll leave that out.
No.
Spider-Man 3, and then 1 and 2.
All right, I got
What
it.
was the second Tom Holland called? Spider-Man Far From
Far
Home.
From
Far From Home. I've got Homecoming, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 1, Far From Home, Spider-Man 3, and then the last two of the Andrew
Spider-Man
Garfield.
3 over the Andrew Garfield ones?
I liked it. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't like Andrew
my list is
Garfield
similar to
a lot.
yours. Mine's Spider-Man 2, Homecoming, Far From Home, Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Okay, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home,
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. I did like that one.
Good.
The first Spider-Man.
Yep.
Then I would say Spider-Man 3 and then the last Amazing Spider-Man. I did
We're
not
all
like that
very
at
similar.
all.
We're all very similar.
The tops are very similar.
I don't like how they just did the same exact story as the Tobey Maguire
Yeah.
one. Like almost exactly the same.
And then in a week and a half, number one will probably be No Way Home.
I'm assuming.
right.
I'm assuming.
Yeah, but that is all the fan questions for this week. So thank you for tuning in once again to our new podcast. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Give us a 5-star review.
Hit the
You can
button.
Follow the show on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Hollywood Hog Pod. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Hollywood Hogwash Pod. Please help us get to 500. We're close. And next week, we will be reviewing Hawkeye Episode 4. That might be the only thing we review unless there's something else coming out, but I didn't see anything else. But then the week after, it's Spider-Man No Way Home. We're close.
Oh, yeah. We are so close. I'm close.
See you next week.